So there is actually a scientific explanation for why affirmations work, and how our subconscious mind and our brains all play a part in how we are able to manifest. And that is the RAS system. I take a lot of notes and I do a lot of research, as you can see. So we have something called a reticular activating system, which is referred to as RAS, because who gonna remember that? Reticular activating system. This is what helps us to focus, but it is also what is in charge of the information that we are aware of, that we process. So our minds, we're always having information thrown at us, which we take in the information, but we don't necessarily always process it. So it's in our minds, compartmentalized somewhere, but it's not at the forefront. It's not in our conscious. We are not processing that information. And the RAS system is what actually determines what information is brought to the forefront. Now, if we have some negative feelings about a particular thing, then the RAS system is going to be like, this is how we feel about this, so I don't want to bring out any information that's stating otherwise. So if I feel like I hate to exercise, exercising sucks, whenever there's good information that comes in about exercising, that's not the priority. So that's going to be pushed to the back. But whenever there's some bad information that comes out, let's say they say exercising can cause arthritis in the future because you're putting too much strain on your body or something, that information is going to be brought to the forefront of your conscious, okay? So if you work on speaking positively to yourself and thinking positive, then your RAS system is going to prioritize that information and it's going to bring that to the forefront, okay? So instead of you being able to remember all the bad things about a particular thing, you're going to remember all the good things about a particular thing. It's complex. I probably shouldn't have brought it up in this video because it needs its own video. But it has a lot to do with goals and achieving your goals. And when we're manifesting, we're trying to achieve your goals. Okay, so one of the key things for the RAS system is it cannot distinguish between good thoughts and bad thoughts, okay? So if you're telling yourself bad thoughts constantly, it's not going to be like, red flag, this is a bad thought, we don't want to bring that to the forefront. It's just going to be like, this is how this person thinks constantly. So this is when we hear information, it's almost like, what do they call it? Confirmation bias. The RAS system is sort of like confirmation bias. So it's like when you always are telling yourself something's going to happen a certain way, and then you just so happen to find evidence of that in the world. You can find evidence that supports your negative thoughts. They call that confirmation bias. So that's kind of like how the RAS system is. It's going to look for evidence to support your thoughts. It cannot distinguish between good thoughts and bad thoughts. So if you're constantly thinking bad, your brain is going to look for confirmation bias type things to basically support the way that you think. If you're thinking good and positive, your brain's going to find things or evidence in your real life to support those positive thoughts. Okay, so that's kind of how the RAS system works. And that is why it is important. I said all that to say, because y'all know I'll be long-winded before I get to my point. Because I'll be writing down like notes that I need to say. I should probably do that. The whole point of me talking so much about the subconscious mind, the RAS system, the brain, all of that stuff is because it is a science. So if you don't believe in the spiritual aspects, there is a science that says the way that we think consciously and subconsciously affects our ability to manifest, affects our abilities to achieve goals. So you want to really, really work on your subconscious mind when you are wanting to become a master manifester, okay? So candle magic can help you with that because, like I said, you know that when you are doing your rituals, you need to be in the best mindset that you can be as possible.